You might not think as a home bartender that you need this, but 8 out of 10 drinks basically have it, so you want to know this little trick, how to make simple syrup. I'm Rico, this is Absolut Drinks with Rico. So one of the main questions that's been asked online is, how do you make simple syrup, and what drinks can you make with simple syrup? That question is pretty much like asking, what can you make with chicken? Pretty much everything. One of the greatest qualities of sugar is the fact that it's a fixative, so it can actually carry flavors throughout. It gives a great texture and helps aid with dilution of your cocktail. And you also might say it is the salt and pepper of drinks. You need that sweet, sour combination to really cause the balancing act that makes all great cocktails great. Even colas have both citric acid and sweeteners in to help with their balancing act.
Hey, what if they didn't have it? I mean, how would that taste?
Are you crazy, Indy?
No, I'm not. I'm curious, actually. I've never had it before.
It'd be awful. What?
Just by random total chance, I happen to have some unsweetened and uncitric acided cola right with me. Go ahead. I have no idea what that tastes like.
That's absolutely right.
What, stop for a second. Can we so this is, you're doing the segue one, and
still in my mouth.
do you want some regular cola?
No. Give me one sec. Oh, it's gone. So now that you know why you need it, there's many different ways of how to actually make simple syrup. We're going to show you two, but we're going to start off with showing you the heat method of just very quickly making it on the stove.
Hey, Rico, why is this better than just sugar?
Well, to be fair, if you're just going to use sugar, you're going to get a lot of a granular texture. And if you're using just simple syrup, you're just going to get a clean texture through your drink. There's going to be no grains, and it's just easier to work with to get it to dissolve.
All right, get it going.
So we're going to show you how to make very simple 1-to-1 sugar syrup. You can get really geeky with this and start weighing out your ingredients, but we're just going to do it through volume, basic volume. We've got a nice big pot of sugar here. We've got a cup. We're just going to fill the cup.
What if someone's diabetic?
Good question. If someone's diabetic, you could use agave syrup. You could use like stevia drops. But I've never actually made simple syrup out of stevia.
Okay.
But I definitely do a 1-to-1 ratio with agave syrup. It has a low LGI, which means it's fine for diabetics
And it still tastes like roughly the same, or it still works the same?
It will. You're going to get a slight bit of flavor from the agave, just because it is plant-based syrup, and it is a little bit honeyish. So we got 1 cup of sugar right here. We just leveled it off, straight into the pot. And then, with our little fancy jug, the same amount of water. And then just straight in. We're going to turn that bad boy on. Give it a little stir. Just to keep it all going. Don't worry if you spill some. Now you don't want to bring this to the boil, because if you bring it to the boil, you're going to start to evaporate the water. You want to keep as much water in there as possible. So just keep that heating up to a simmer, and once all the sugar is dissolved, it's ready to go.
Do you have to cool it before you use it in a drink, or?
Yeah, I'd recommend cooling it. It's like molten lava.
Oh, okay.
It'd be like adding napalm to your drinks.
How long would this last, like in the fridge or something, if you wanted to save it?
A simple syrup at 1-to-1 is probably going to last a good like 5 to 7 days in the fridge. If you want to up the amount of sugar, so do a ratio of 2-to-1, then you're going to lengthen the shelf life.
But what would that do to the, I mean, obviously that would make it sweeter. That would affect how it tastes in the drinks then.
It would. It also gives a much more viscous consistency to your cocktails. I find 2-to-1 a little bit easier to work with. You have more control, because you have less water in your 2-to-1, so there's less dilution in your drink. Oh, this is coming up to a boil, and I said you shouldn't do that.
It's okay.
It's okay. So once it's warm...
I was gonna say experiencing technical difficulty.
Once that's brought up, you can literally take it off the heat and just give it a stir. And you just want to stir this just until it becomes clear. And then you've got simple syrup.
So now you've made some syrup, are you gonna make us a drink with it?
Hell yeah, guys. Now that I've made some syrup, let's make some drinks with it. Something really simple that's going to showcase both the syrup and the vodka. We're going to make a Caipiroska. We're going to make our Caipiroska straight in the glass. We're going to build it. You just need 2 little nice rocks glasses or anything like this. If you don't have glasses, just use mugs. It doesn't matter. Anything around this size is good. These are quite juicy limes, so I think we're only going to need about half a lime per drink. We're going to make 1, so take the lime. We're gonna dice this up, just by cutting it into 4 wedges like so, and then straight down the middle. The only reason why I'm dicing this is just because it's just easier to muddle it when it's in smaller pieces. Hot off the press, and we're gonna go for 20 ml of our simple syrup. So once our simple syrup's in, we're just gonna muddle. Next, we take the reason why we're all here, Mr. Absolut Vodka. We're gonna add a nice 45 ml.
Wait, 45 mil.
Yeah, 45 ml.
But isn't that kind of a weird number to use?
Pretty straightforward to me.
You just like the number 45.
It just makes all drinks taste better.
There's no reason you're using that specific amount. It's not like legal or anything.
No. It just makes drinks better.
Okay, 45, rock on.
Okay. 45 ml of Absolut Vodka going straight in. And then this is basically your drink made. All we need to do is spruce it up, make it look nice, and make it cold with some ice or ice. Oh, we haven't got a bar spoon with us. Just take any kitchen spoon, give this a schmuddle.
I love that word, schmuddle.
It's a real word. You find it in the Oxford Dictionary.
Schmuddle, Rastafarian, no. Syphilis, no, too far. Schmuddle, here we are. The acts of smothering and cuddling with the baby cakes. Yes, the act of smothering and cuddling with the baby cakes. What are baby cakes? I don't know baby cakes.
And there we got it, Caipiroska with our freshly made simple syrup. Okay, so as well as making it on the stove, you can also make it in a blender. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but the stove, as you saw, takes a couple of minutes. Maybe you've just got some friends that come around and they want Caipiroskas now and need to make simple syrup now. Stick it in the blender is just nice and quick, especially if you've got like a really powerful blender, then it's done in seconds.
Okay. Can you show us how that works?
We've got our blender jug right here, and it's exactly the same recipe as on the heat, except there's gonna be no heat, so it's the same cup as last time. We're gonna fill this up with sugar just as before.
Yeah.
Ooh, to the top. And we're gonna add that straight in. Our water once again. Right to the top, and in she goes. Now I'm gonna give this a little stir just to make sure there's no clumps of sugar at the bottom. There we go, that looks good. Why can't I stick a top on?
It's okay, we have another video of you doing it.
That's okay. First time on the job, it's the first day. Okay, let's blend this up. You want to stick it on a high power and just let it roll for like 3-4 minutes. That looks pretty good.
Agency warning, never put your fingers in a blender or your nose.
Hey, can you make another Caipiroska with that? And can I try the two of them and see, like, if I taste the difference?
Hell yes, sir.
Okay.
We're just gonna transfer it into a little container here. Ooh, making mess at the same time.
But it's your house.
It's my house, and I live here. As you can see, the simple syrup is kind of looking cloudy. Do not worry, that's just because it's aerated. It's got loads of air and bubbles in there. You'll actually see as we go into making the second drink, as it sits here, it should just rise and clear up as we go. So, exactly the same as last time. Same thing, dice, 4 wedges, and then slice them in half. Same with the sugar syrup. We're gonna go for 20 ml. Same little muddler. Same bad boy, Absolut Original. 45 ml. And then the same ice.
Yeah.
We're even gonna use the same spoon to schmuddle.
All right.
And then we're gonna do a little ice crown. And there you have 2 Caipiroskas. And just to show, you can see right down at the bottom here that this is starting to get clear. Want to come out and try?
If it's cool, yeah.
I'd love that, Indy. Come on.
Okay, cool. Hi. So this is a
Pan blend.
Okay. Good. They do taste different.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say which one is actually better. I wouldn't expect them to taste that I think I like this one better. It's got a little more sweetness to it somehow.
What's probably happened there is when I was boiling it on the pan, we've just evaporated some more water, so the sugar's probably a little bit more intense in that.
But they're both really good. I mean, if I was at somebody's house, I'd be happy with either of them.
Good.
So that's, this is it then. This is all you can do with.
Oh, hell no. This is like the basic. This is simple syrup.
I'm gonna go away, and you tell them.
So we've just made some simple syrup now. I think it's time we should show you how to make some syrup with some flavor in it. Vanilla syrup. Let me get a jar quickly.
I'm gonna use your finger snapping and make you magically have that jar.
Okay.
Wow.
We got a jar, and the first thing we're gonna do is just prep the pod. Give it a slice down the center. That's gonna open up to allow all these little beans to be able to get out. And all you need to do is just drop it into your vessel. Then we've got our simple syrup 1-to-1 that we made on the pan, and we're just gonna pour that over the syrup. Boom. And that's basically it. All it needs now is time, so leave this in the fridge overnight, and come morning, you're gonna have an amazing vanilla syrup. Leave it in there for 2-3 days, you're gonna get a much more intense vanilla flavor. Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's make it.
Okay, first of all, we need to do some TV magic, and just put this in the fridge for 1 week.
1 week.
Well, overnight at least. And then we get the,
Bing.
There we go. And as you can see, it's been left in there for a while. It's starting to go a little bit darker in color. We've got all the flavor of the vanilla packed into this syrup now. Should we make a drink?
Yeah.
That's the Pornstar Martini. This is actually the most popular drink in the UK right now. It was created by a guy called Douglas Ankara in the Lab Bar in London, and it's bloody delicious. With this variation, we're gonna use some fresh pineapple. We're just gonna slice one nice ring off. We don't need the core, and we don't need the skin. So let's get rid of all of that. Don't throw your skins and cores away. You can turn these into syrups, cordials. You can even turn them into bitters. Just keep them, it's extra flavor. We've got our little muddler here. Straight in. Ooh, this guy's trying to run away. He ain't going nowhere. So we want to smash all this up. We're gonna add just 15 ml of the sugar syrup, vanilla sugar syrup. Then we're gonna add 25 of the puree.
What kind of puree is that?
That is passion fruit puree. Passion fruit puree. Why can't I say that? That is passion fruit puree. We're gonna add a good 45 ml slug of Absolut vanilla. Only thing to do now is to ice and shake. So we're gonna make this into a beautiful martini. Get the bougiest martini glass you can get. Fine strain this into your little glass. Now we wanna garnish that with a little half of passion fruit. Now to make it a Pornstar, we need a little bit extra. A small little sidekick. You can't have Pornstars without bubbles, bro. Just how the world works. And there you go, the Pornstar Martini. Definitely makes you feel naughty. Okay, so we make something a little bit unconventional.
Okay, Rico, you have some baked goods there, but you said you were gonna make like more flavored syrup. I'm confused.
You wouldn't really eat this, It's been sat out now for a little while, a couple of hours. It's from our fika earlier today. Usually you would throw it away, but that's still flavor, so it's really easy to make simple syrup out of it. Any form of baked goods, whether you want kanelbulle if you're here in Sweden, almond croissants, even Wonder Bread if you can get hold of that, some white sliced bread, give it a whirl and give it a try. So just drink some cake.
Drink some cake.
Drink some cake.
I like that expression.
Should we get into it?
Get into it, yeah.
You're gonna need a jar. Any jar will do. Get a vessel, doesn't matter what it looks like. Take your old baked goods and just rip them up. Throw them in there. Throw a few more in. Then we're gonna take 1 jug of water and 1 cup. So we're just gonna add 1 cup of water, like so. And then we're just gonna put that in the fridge. It only needs a few hours, but I just do this before I go to bed. Looks pretty disgusting, right?
Yeah.
The water has been soaked up by all the baked goods that's in there, and then just blur, it's all gone to mush. Throw this in. Then we're gonna take our same cup as earlier, fill this to the brim with sugar. Just gonna throw that in, and then we're gonna blend this bad boy up. Thank you. And now we're gonna just strain this out. I just wanna make sure there's no real lumpy bits. We want this syrup to be as smooth as possible. That's a good looking syrup.
And so that is baked goods infused simple syrup.
Oh yes. Oh, look at that. And there you go, just some little bits of stuff that we don't want in our syrup. Oh man, that's good. Let's do it. The bakery sour. Always start with our cheapest ingredients first. 20 ml, fresh lemon juice. Then we're gonna get a good 25 of our bakery syrup. Then we're gonna take the bad boy himself, Absolut Vodka. The perfect measurement for this is 45 mils. Next up, a little secret ingredient, aquafaba, which is the cooking water left over from chickpeas. It's gonna give the same body that egg white does to a cocktail, same velvety feel. It's just purely just to act as egg white. It's just like it helps marry all the flavors together and gives a good little velvety flex.
Okay.
So we're gonna do the reverse dry shake technique. Lots of bartenders may laugh at me, but that's what we're gonna do. That just means we're doing a wet shake with ice, straining the ice out, and then we're gonna do a dry shake just to make sure the emulsion happens throughout all the drink. It's like it's my first time making drinks. So we just wanna strain out all the ice. Give it another shake now. This is the dry shake. Oh, that's looking good. We're gonna get our glass. This is a jam jar. Jam jars are fine. They also look cool and hipster. Let's get some ice in here. Oh. And then we're just gonna straight up strain that. And then we're just gonna get a nice bit of lemon zest. Get some oils over that and throw it in. There you go. The bakery sour.
It's great. Taste it. Cheers.
Put them in.
Okay, this one's better than the last one. Oh fuck, that's really good.
That's why you drink cakes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all you need to know about simple syrup, how to make it, and why to make it. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments below. We do try and answer them all. If you'd like to see our episode in parts, check that out by clicking just here. And don't forget to click and subscribe, never miss an episode. Exciting episode.
Right, exciting episode.